Michelle, how you doing today?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm excited to be here today to honor you as one of our Women of Power recipients. You are an amazing woman. Since
Thank
I've
you.
known you, you've been dedicated to your family. You've been dedicated to the right thing, treating people right, um, giving to the community, being a part of the community. I've literally seen you run yourself ragged, going back and forth for your kids and your family. So we are here to honor you today for your selfless sacrifice for the people and for your family.
Thank you. It's an honor, and I am excited to be honored. And also, I was caught unaware. This is not something that I thought I would get, but I really appreciate it.
And that's why we're giving this award, because the women that are receiving it, they just do. They don't do it for recognition. They don't do it. They see something needs to be done and they do it. So that is why we're honoring you. So today I want to give you a chance to share your story to the world and tell the people who you are.
Sure.
So my first question to you is, who is Mrs. Michelle Washington?
Well, I am, first of all, a woman. I'm a wife and mother, and my ultimate goal is to give back to my community and where I see a need as far as our children being educated, that is the most important thing to me. That's where my passion lies. Because as we move on into older age and whatnot, we have children that are coming behind us that
Mm-hmm.
need to have knowledge, truth that can be spoken unto power. And so that has always been my ultimate goal. When I first started college, I did not know what I was going for. I just went because that is what we do in
Mm-hmm.
our family. It's not a if you go to college, it's a when you go to college. So of course I had to go. But at some point, um, something just compelled me to say, hey, I want to educate these young people. And even though I didn't finish at first,
Mm-hmm.
I went and I understood that education was key.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where my passion came in to serve these children. And I uh, substituted at FAMU DRS, old Lucy Moulton, the
Mm-hmm.
old FAMU, for many years.
Mm-hmm.
And even to this day, many of my children that were my students will see me around town and they always tell me how they're doing. I have some in the FBI, a couple of doctors. I have some that are fashion designers and so on and so forth, like that. And then, of course, my own daughters who have graduated from college, and one getting ready, as you well know, one
Mm-hmm.
getting ready to get her third degree as a doctor of dental surgery. So we're just proud of her. And then I'm just proud to see my children let me know that I had an impact on them
Mm-hmm.
as they were sometimes unruly. And when they saw me coming as a substitute, they knew they had to do work, but they ultimately thanked me and things of that nature. So that's what my goal is. And I just intend to do that until I can't anymore.
So you
Hmm.
can't anymore.
Hmm.
You mentioned that you started school, but you didn't finish
Hmm.
yet.
Hmm.
And I'm aware of that you've recently re-enrolled back into school.
Yes, I did.
Congratulations to
Thank
you on
you.
that.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you so much.
I am truly proud of you. One, because you did not give up on your dream. through everything you've been through life, from the time
Mhm.
when you stopped going to school to now re-enrolling. Everything, nothing deterred you, and
Yeah.
I'm incredibly proud of you for that. How is it now going back into school?
Well, I let me backtrack a little. I stopped because I got married, I had kids,
Mhm.
and then I just felt by my husband working so much and so hard, I had to be with my children to
Mhm.
make sure that we were getting to these extracurricular activities. When he could come, he would come, making sure they get to this practice or out of town for that thing, making sure all homework was done. And fortunately, my husband allowed me to do that.
Mhm.
And so after I have seen them through their journeys through school and master's programs, so on and so forth. And also, I had to take care of one of my grandchildren, well, two of them, as a matter of fact.
Mhm.
It was important for me for them to reach their goals. But once I saw they got it, I
Mhm.
said, hey, now I'm going to do something for me, which was always a passion of mine. It was always something pricking my heart saying, you got to finish.
Mhm.
So that's what I did. And so when I'm in class, of course, I'm normally the oldest one in class, but now I have more insight, I have more wisdom, I have more experience
Mhm.
to show some of the younger kids in my classes and impart wisdom to them. And they listen.
Mhm.
And so that's all I want to do is for them to listen so that when they go out into the world, they'll be able to handle it, they'll have knowledge, and that no one can stop them.
Mhm.
Hmm.
I'm glad you backtracked because that speaks volume to who you are and how important your family is to you. That you were okay with putting your dreams on hold, putting on the back burner
Absolutely.
to be there for your kids, to be
Absolutely.
there for your husband.
Hmm.
That's love.
Yes.
The,
And
the
that's all it's
willingness,
about.
the
Hmm.
willingness to sacrifice for another. That's love.
Yes.
And that's a deep level of love because you had so many other options. You could have continued school and struggled to be there as a mom and struggled to be there as a wife, but that's not what you chose to do. You prioritized your kids, your family, and that's one reason why we're honoring you today because of that willingness to sacrifice for your family.
Thank you again. Hmm.
Oftentimes we go about our days not really thinking about what our parents had to sacrifice to make sure we got to where we need to be. We do that a lot, and that's a reason why I want to give you this time to share
Well, thank you
because
so much. I appreciate it.
you're welcome. You're welcome. What are you studying in school?
Well, initially I was studying English, which is my first love.
Hmm.
I love Langston Hughes, James Baldwin, and I also love Shakespeare.
Really?
I love Shakespeare, and Macbeth and Othello are um, just something that I keep in my life as far as reading and movies
Hmm.
and things of that nature. And now I'm geared more towards sociology
Mm.
and the experiences of our young. And so that's where I'm geared now, doing quite well, I might add. And if I do say so myself.
I totally believe
And
it.
but I love my courses, and I love the professor who's written. He's published and everything. So I'm not so much geared in the classroom so much, but the social aspect of
Mm-hmm.
education. But it's always going to be education, which my minor is in education,
Okay.
and but it's always going to be towards education. But at this point, just a different area.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Okay. One thing that continues to echo through everything you do is a drive to give your best and be your best.
Hmm.
What do you say is that driving force? What contributes to that drive within you?
My drive is I can two things. Number one, my children, and
Mm-hmm.
now my grandchildren. I want them to know and always feel that education, knowledge is power.
Mm-hmm.
That's a driving force for me. I don't ever want them to think that, oh, you just make it through 12th grade and boom, that's it. You
Mm-hmm.
made it. No, learn as much as you can. At my age, I still would like to, and I try to learn something new every day, and that's the
Mm-hmm.
truth. And also, my grandparents went to Florida A&M University when it was called FAMC.
Really?
Yes, my grandmothers. Both my grandmothers, my mom's mom and my dad's mom.
Wow,
They
that's
were both,
amazing.
yeah, they were both educators. And my parents were educators until they went to the administrative part of it as like guidance directors
Mm-hmm.
and assistant principals, so on and so forth. My aunts and my uncles and everybody was in education, so it was saturated upon us. So
Mm-hmm.
I always knew the value of having a quality education, and it was the seed was planted in me, and it just can't be uprooted.
Cannot.
Hmm.
I did not know that
Yeah.
part. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Um, just from me being the first, first to graduate college in my family. I don't know if anybody, as far as I know, should I say, I don't
Hmm.
know anybody else. My family is mostly tradesmen. But
Hmm.
me, I see the value in trade, but I felt
Oh
like I can
yes,
do
of
more.
course.
You know,
There is a value in
I
trade.
see the tremendous value in trade, but that's just not the route that I wanted to take. So I decided
Hmm.
to go to college, and um, yeah, to know that your family has that legacy.
Oh yes, four generations now. Four
That's
generations. But there always has to be a first.
there is
So
always has to be a
always
first.
has to be a first, and why not you?
Why not me? That is what I
Why
say.
not you?
Why not me?
Hmm.
What would you say is your greatest accomplishment?
Hmm, that's a tough one.
Hmm.
There's so many different things that I've been uh, honored for. Not maybe this when I was younger,
Yes.
maybe not this particular thing, but I would always say my greatest accomplishment, my children succeeding in what their goals were, and me being able to help facilitate that and support them, and also my kids at FAMU DRS who have been able to excel all over the country and some out of this country
Hmm.
globally. That's my greatest, my my proudest
Hmm.
moment. That's what it is. My kids and my students.
Hmm.
Hmm.
It's true to who you are. The fact that the success of those who you are charged with is what's most important to you.
Oh yes, and even like we can go out of town to like games or whatever if it's a big game like the
Hmm.
classic or what have you, and they'll see me. Hey, Miss Washington, blah, blah, blah. That gives me joy. That's proudest for me. Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I've known you 15, coming up on 20 years
Mm-hmm.
almost.
Mm-hmm.
And I cannot think of a time where I've never seen you running for your family.
Yeah.
Going to band events, going to games, going
Mm-hmm.
to lessons, whether
Mm-hmm.
it's, I've never seen you not run for your family.
God just gave me what it takes, and it's not something that I even really think about. It's something that has to be done. So, got to get it done. And
And
we
that
as
is
women are strong. So,
and that is a sentiment that you continuously echo, even in other conversations we've had. That's your motto. It got to
mm,
get done.
just got to
It,
happen.
it got to get done, and I
Mm-hmm.
can do it.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say at this stage in your life? What would you say is the next goal for you, aside from graduating from college?
The next goal for me, I would think, is to continue to and get in a space where I would be able to continue to help these children because there's a need.
Mm,
Oh my
a big
gosh,
need.
especially in this community that I live, there's a need for more role models. And then not just people who could provide lip service, but those that are able to and don't mind getting in the trenches and meeting these children where they are.
Mm-hmm.
And my next goal would be just to, what I really would like to do is start um, just a Saturday program or something of that nature, even down at Palmer Monroe or somewhere, some facility, and then just have the children come in on the weekends to provide learning for them and life skills and those that want to go to college. Here's some ways. It's not like you can't, you can,
Mm-hmm.
and things like that. That's what my next thing would my next goal would be, and my ultimate goal would be to be able to have some program and get the kids to come on a Saturday morning for a couple of hours, sacrifice a little sleep on the weekends,
Mm-hmm.
and come get this knowledge and then go about your day. So I am also a community activist. I
Yes.
was asked to take the Neighborhood Leadership Academy course, which was a 10-week course for every Tuesday in the week. So I did. That was right after COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So I did. I graduated from that. So I do have some small connections with the mayor and neighborhood affairs, and also our commissioner over here, which is a Christian
Mm-hmm.
Caban rather. I'm sorry. And so those are some things that I'm trying to work on.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind that you will accomplish
Hmm.
them because if I know anything about you, you're going to get it done.
Absolutely,
You
absolutely.
are gonna get it done. And
Hmm.
you're gonna knock on whoever door, you're gonna call whoever, you're gonna email whoever. You're
Absolutely.
gonna get it
Will do it, have done it.
done. So you have your mother, a wife, grandmother, college student, your daughter, of course.
Hmm.
You hold so many titles. You mean so much to so many people. You are the that center point that holds a lot of these things together.
Hmm.
How are you able to manage all this and still be who you are?
Well, it might sound cliche, but you got to keep your mind and focus on Jesus.
Is it?
Hmm. And my church family at New Mount Zion is just um, old-fashioned values in that way. Focus on Jesus for strength, on God for strength to endure,
Mm-hmm.
and just do it. You got to make it happen.
Got to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that I know about you
Mm-hmm.
that you're extremely particular about is treating people right.
Mm-hmm.
Since I've known you, that is something you have, even when you see it in the public, does not have to be pertaining to your family. You can see people being done wrong and you will step in and speak up for those who won't speak up for themselves.
Yes.
What is what is the driving force behind that that feeling to fight for what's right?
It was how I was brought up.
Mm.
Bottom line, how my mother uh, treated people, how my father treated people when they were up. It's what I saw.
Mm.
And then it just stuck with me. And then sometimes people, oh my God, don't say anything, but I can't. It
Mm.
just compels me to, if there's something wrong, injustice, or a small thing like a child treating another one wrong. There's nothing wrong with saying that's not how you treat people.
Mm-hmm.
If it's on a larger scale, like a community, that's not how you treat people.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where it came from. It's just my parents and my extended family as well. That's just how we were brought up.
That is true.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
I've heard you over the years getting on
Mm-hmm.
your kids about no,
Mm-hmm.
you do not treat people like
No,
that.
you
You do
do
not do
not.
that,
Mm-mm.
and that is that's great.
And it's in the Bible.
It
Treat
is.
others as you would like to be treated.
That is. That is.
That's the golden rule.
That is the golden rule.
So,
Some people they choose to ignore it,
mm-hmm.
but that is something that I know you don't do,
Mm-hmm.
and I know that's something that you one try to provide an example for your kids to not do, and you are hard on them about it
Oh
as
yes,
well. You know?
absolutely.
So,
Mm-hmm.
my last question to you:
Mm-hmm.
if there was something that you had to say, words of encouragement, words of wisdom to a young lady out there who's watching this interview and feeling inspired or empowered by you, what would you say to her?
It would be that if you have a dream, if you have a goal in mind, there's nothing wrong with pursuing that. Why not you? This is what I told my girls. Why not you? You're capable, even when others say you're not. You're capable of doing that thing. If you can dream it, if you can imagine it in your mind, you're certainly able to fulfill those dreams. Reach out. If you need help or you don't know where to begin, reach out to someone. And always remember that knowledge is the key. Learn as much as you can, wherever you can, whenever you can. And read like a dog eats meat. Be fierce about reading and learning. And keep God at the center or whatever your higher power is.
Mm-hmm.
Keep that at your center, at your core,
Mm-hmm.
and treat people nicely how you would want to be treated.
That's it, the golden rule.
Mm-hmm.
Wise words from an extremely wise woman.
Thank you.
So I want to present these to you. Something here for you. Certificate to you. Like I say, I've known you for over 15, almost 20 years. You've welcomed me into your family.
Mm-hmm.
You've treated me as if I was a son. And I love you all the more for it.
Well, thank you so
I truly
much.
appreciate
So
you.
much.
Truly appreciate you, everything that you do for your family, for the people that I love, for your grandson, your daughter, everything. I truly appreciate you. So we give this to you.
Well, thank you.
There you
It's
go.
much appreciated, unexpected, but I really appreciate it. Thank you ever so
And
much.
we give this to you as well.
Thank
We
you.
understand that your plate is always full because you're always running and
Hmm.
sacrificing for those that you love.
It's
And that's
okay.
not
Hmm.
just your family, that's people in general. People
It's
in general.
okay.
So we have some things for you to help you relax. Once you do get a time to
Sounds good.
yourself, you get you some rest, recuperate, so you can get back out there and fight that good fight.
Sounds good. It's much appreciated. And like I said, it's unexpected, but I appreciate being considered for this award. It means a lot.
You're
It really
welcome.
does. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Well, you know I love you. I tell you that as much as I can.
Absolutely. The
You have a
feeling is
moment.
mutual.
So,
Hmm.
well, thank you for allowing me to interview you today.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. A pleasure.
It has. It
Hmm.
has.